Oo. Kanang para sa kuan lagi kanang soft drinks ba? Oo, plastic lang to. Ikuan man tayo sa tawag. Yun, ano sila ka, pili sabit sa isa ka pa. Tag 20 to 30 raman ang by group. 7 ka grupo man. 7 times 2. Ay, ano ya? Ano? Na lang, mas 200. Oo. Apili de bulang ka pa di magtabat at ano ba? So yung dadaan. Ha?
Balik sa plaster.
Salamat yan. Sarap to, narabi. Ano po gabi, Mike? O, di ane na lang sila.
Kamu dua diri.
Dili, sir. Pagbangko. Hindi na lang. Ay.
Kaya lang oh, ipana na lang.
Okay po.
Diyan lang siya, ipana na na to. Ay, wala. Dito lang siya. Dapat. Dapat. Sunod doon, sunod doon.
May pagiduhan na to, ba?
Hmm?
Oo na lang. Sa itong isa. Hindi na lang.
Pwede, pasaka lang mas. Dito lang sa live stream. May live stream na lang. Hindi na to siya i-connect sa one.
Ang katungkuan. Pwede ra. Yan na lang din sila. Dito na lang tatanan. Tanan. Ha? Pwede ra. O dito sila. Dito. Kaya naman dito yung kaya naman dito yung programmer. Derita. Pwede sila. Pwede. Nandiyan. Good afternoon. Na naman ka ba? Sige ka sana. Sige. Kuan. Sige. Yes.
Yung,
Okay, ma'am. Sige, ma'am. Okay. Okay naman kayo. Wala ka may?
pulong kabok ko.
Nawag na ko kay ka na yung mga na-observer. Dapat lahit mo sige, ma'am. Hindi, kaya ka tao ba? Sige, ma'am. Nawag ka po ang pag-ibig. Hindi na lang sila ngayon. Dito tayo sila ba? Ha? Dito sila? Danita? Or sila Danita? Manggug kayo ang kuan? Hindi ako gusto. Sige po yung kanin. Hello, Sir Ton. Kanang sugot tattoo kay natay. Ang service na ba? Okay. Yes. Naman yun. Yan, the financial. Kailangan dito ang kuan. Ako dito gila sa mga. Dito dito. Sa mga sa mga sige na diri ang programa. Diri sila po. Diri na lang. Diri sila. Diri na po. Ako kira ko ikaw. Meron pa kuan nga. Makita mo sila diha na. Kaya mo itong nadan kaya pwede sila na wala naman din habaya nag-outong TV, no? Oo, di naman sila sa makita sa sila sa video, ang nasa sila. Hindi na. Kaya napa-observers. Kasagara mo sa observers ko, wala sa TV. Ha? Dili mo kita sa tape. Oo, gana ito.
Hello.
Rons, ang mga ngalan day atong mag-discuss Rons. Oh, naaday ko diri oh.
Hello.
Sige, sige.
Hello.
Sige, salamat.
Hello.
Salamat kayo. Lagi niya po sa manunod ba? Kasi pagkunin ka sa Vice Chair. Vice Chair. Dili ni mo. Yang yun niya dyan.
Yung mga TV namin. Ang mga TV. Kaya yung mga observer.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you.
So I warmly welcome all the members of the Bids and Awards Committee, DPWH, our observers, prospective bidders, our programmers, and everyone that are present here today. So today is June 18, 2026, schedule of pre-bidding conference of 11 civil works projects. So to formally open this conference, I would like to call Engineer Melody for our opening prayer.
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us together today. As we begin this vivid conference, guide our thoughts, words, and actions. Grant us wisdom, honesty, and understanding to discuss the matters before us. Help us work together respectfully for the good of all. Bless this meeting and everyone present. Amen.
Thank you, Engineer Melody. So at this point, I call our Secretariat, member of our Secretariat to call for our attendance for this afternoon.
After again, it's for this opening updates. Pre-meeting conference, chairperson, Engineer PRE-BIDDNG, Vice chairperson, Engineer Dansolihon. Regular member, Engineer Grace Lilian. Official members, Engineer Ayuni Grace Lidantos, and Engineer Shan E. Head Back Secretariat, Engineer Aida Mariglia Vidaroy. Members, Mr. Evan Paderes, and Constantly. Head Back PWG, Mr. Marvin Julius Chiligal. Members, Engineer Camille Andy Escobedo, Engineer Melody Gail Il Bastida, Engineer Nino B. Bidding, and Mr. Earl John Il Programmers, Engineer Aris Di Calizo, Engineer Akil Duortes, Engineer Miguel Castillan, and Engineer Sheila Marie Yubilatori. Entity leaders from OBM MD Builders, Mr. Mark Bataluna, from Victoria Construction, Mr. Lester P. Bolo, from OPMB Builders, also from Jonathan B. Ilona, and Patricia Nicole Deligla, and from 01 Strat Construction, Eloisa Opioli.
Thank you, Mabel. So majority of the members of the Bids and Awards Committee are present. Okay, so there's a quorum in this room. So today we are scheduled for our pre-bidding conference of our civil works projects. So first is 26 contract ID 26KH 0078. Construction of public solar water system at Barangay Besigan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental, with an approved budget of the contract of 9,898,808 pesos and 88 centavos. Second is contract ID number 26KH 0079, construction of public solar water system at Barangay Bayanga, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental, with the approved budget of the contract of 9,898,559 pesos and 76 centavos. And third is the contract ID number 26KH 0080, construction of public solar water system at Barangay Dansolihon, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental, with the approved budget for the contract of 10,889,365 pesos and 77 centavos. Then fourth project is 26KH 0081, construction of public solar water system at Barangay Tignapoloan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With the approved budget for the contract amount of 9,899,000 pesos and 1 centavos. Fifth, contract ID number 26PH0082. Construction of public solar water system at Barangay Tuburan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With the approved budget for the contract of 9,898,808 pesos and 81 centavos. Sixth project is the contract ID number 26KH0083. Construction of public solar water system at Barangay Baikingon, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With the approved budget for the contract of 9,898,120 pesos and 67 centavos. And for our seventh project, contract ID number 26KH0084. Network development Off-Carriageway improvement, secondary roads, CDO-Airport-Bukidnon,
Server sa nakap.
kilometer 1457 plus 700 to kilometer 1462 plus 000.
Sige.
With the approved budget for the contract of 80,546,758 pesos and 80 centavos.
Yan nagpalayo.
And for our
Dali na si
eighth project, contract ID number 260085.
Wala na siya.
Asset preservation, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, secondary roads in the Airport-Bukidnon Road, kilometer 1445 plus 400 to kilometer 1446 plus 040 Cagayan de Oro City. With the approved budget for the contract of 89,685,753 pesos and 82 centavos. And for our ninth project, contract ID number 26KH0086. Rehabilitation of road at Barangay Baikingon, Station 0 plus 000 to Station 0 plus 200, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With the approved budget for the contract of 4,624,126 pesos and 18 centavos. And for our 10th project, contract ID number 26K0087, replacement of Bulao Bridge, Barangay Ipunan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With the approved budget for the contract of 130,209,681 pesos and 9 centavos. And for our last project, we have the contract ID number 26K0088, contract name of construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Ipunan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental, with the coordinates of 124.60554 degrees and 8.49596 degrees. With the approved budget for the contract of 14,849,973 pesos and 80 centavos. So the details of all of these projects will be discussed by our programmers. Questions and clarifications will be entertained after discussions of every project. I would like also to acknowledge our observers from representatives from NAMCAP, Engineer DEO Santua. Sir, good afternoon. Thank you for coming. So now let's start for our first project with the 26KH0084. The network development of Carriageway improvement, secondary road, CDO-Airport-Bukidnon, kilometer 1457 plus 700 to kilometer 1462 plus 000 to Cagayan de Oro City. So the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Ares Calizo. You may now proceed, Engineer Ares.
So good afternoon, everyone. So I'll be discussing network development of carriageway improvement secondary road, CDO Airport-Bukidnon Road Station K1457 plus 700 to K1462. So this project has a net length of 4,300 meters or 4.3 kilometers. So approved budget for the contract is 80,546,758.8. And the scope of work is construction of sidewalk with curb and gutter, 15 meters offset from center line, and construction of 2-meter shoulder after 3-lane projection. And also there's an installation of solar street lights. So general drawing, it is located in, this is the vicinity map. It is located in Barangay Mambuaya and Barangay Dansolihon. So this is the site development plan wherein you can see the beginning in the end section. So this is the site images. This is the beginning and this is the end section. So for our typical drawings, we will be having scope of work of construction of sidewalk in the 15-meter offset and with curb and gutter and a shoulder of 2 meters. So this is both sides. And there's also an installation of solar LED roadway lightings. And accordingly, we will be installing we will be having also the pavement markings all through the net length of this project. So these are the PCCP details and geometric design standard drawings. So for the summary of quantities, we have here a provision of field office for the engineer, 7.47 months. Permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. Project billboard and signboard, 4 each. Occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. Traffic management, 5.5 months. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Surplus common excavation, 7,740 cubic meter. Structure excavation common soil, 5,094.59 cubic. Embankment from roadway structure excavation, 412.8 cubic. Gravel fill, 982.27 cubic. Aggregate base course, 3,440 cubic. Portland cement complete pavement and reinforced 0.28 meters thick, 17,200 square meter. Reinforcing steel grade 40, 1,107.98 kilograms. Structural complete, 9.52 cubic. Structural complete painting works, 10.40 square meter. Curb and gutter, cast and place, 8,600 linear meter. Sidewalk, 100 millimeter thick, 19,608 square meter. Reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, 860 square meter. Single arm solar LED roadway lightings, 9-meter pole, 80 to 125 watts, 13 each. So this summary of quantities is subject to changes which will be posted for finalization at the bid bulletin. So for the let me continue. So we have here the minimum equipment requirement. Backhoe, 1 list. Dump truck, 2 list. Bulldozer, 1 list. Payloader, 1 list. Motorized road grader, 1 list. Vibratory roller, 1 list. Water truck pump, 1 list. Plate compactor, 1 owned. Transit mixer, 4 list. Concrete vibrator, 2 owned. Concrete batch plant, 1 list. Concrete skidder, 1 owned. Concrete saw, 1 owned. Bar cutter, 1 owned. Joint sealer machine, 1 list. Bar bender, 1 owned. 1 bagger mixer, 1 owned. Truck mounted crane, 1 list. Cargo service truck, 21 to 25 metric ton, 1 list. Cargo service truck, 2 to 5 metric ton, 1 list. Cargo service truck, 9 to 10 metric ton, 1 list. Applicator machine, 1 list. Kneading machine, 1 list. Material testing apparatus, 1 own. Two-way radio, 2 own. And barricade flasher light, 11 own. So for our pay items, we have here provision of the field office for the engineer rental basis. The inclusion of this pay item is a 20-footer container van with ACU furnished and maintained or equivalent with 3 tables and 3 chairs. So for the permits and clearances, these include NCIP permits and clearances as per memo order number R10 FBV 00395 series of 2025. And also you can see the specifications for our single arm solar LED roadway lightings. So again, the attachment of our road right of way of this project is still currently ongoing ongoing investigation. So finalization of this project will be posted for the bid bulletin. And also there's a soil test report which will be posted for bid bulletin for the final approve of this project. So that's all for this project. Thank you. Any question?
Thank you, Engineer Harris. So do we have any questions or clarifications regarding the discussions of this project? Understand? How about from our online viewers? So since there's no questions regarding this project, so now let's proceed for our second project. 26KH0078. Construction of public solar water system at Barangay Besigan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. So with approved budget for the contract of 9,898,808 pesos and 88 centavos. So the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Martin John Luis Amis. So we can you now proceed, Engineer Martin.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be discussing the construction of public solar water system at Barangay Besigan, Cagayan de Oro City. So this is the project location located near Besigan Elementary School and Besigan National High School. This is the sample photos for the water source near the Besigan Elementary School. And this is the location for the water tank for the said project. Typical details. So this is the sample perspective of the project. We have the control room, the panels for the solar and the water tank. This is the typical plan for the water tank. The ladder rung at 0.30 on center. We have the tie beam. This is the plan for the concrete valve box consisting of 100 mm diameter gate valve, 75 mm diameter water meter, and a 75 mm diameter pipe to the consumers. Tie beam detail. We have the support at 320 mm diameter. We have the tie beam detail, the footing tie beam detail, and the reinforced beam detail. The water tank has a dimension of 3.4 meter by 3.4 meter. We have the footing detail, having the dimension of 2 meter by 2 meter, consisting of 16 mm diameter reinforced steel bar both ways on center. We have the control panel details. The front elevation having the height of 3.74 meter and a width of 5 meters. This is our perspective for the top stand. And on this project, we have 6 top stand total. Our top stand consists of 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter in the dimension. Standard array PV module support layout. This is the power housing layout and a single line diagram for the electric. We also have the fence detail with a 2x2 cyclone wire. Said project has the appropriation of 9,898,808.88 cents. The duration of the project is 180 days. Summary of quantities. Part A facilities for the engineer. A.1.1 provision of field office for the engineer rental basis 6 months. B.3 permit and clearances 1 lump sum. B.5 project billboard signboard 2 each. Occupational safety and health program 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization 1 lump sum. Clearing and grabbing 0.45 hectares. Fencing chain link fence fabric 16 linear meter. Structure excavation common soil 57.86 cubic. Embankment from borrow 51.74 cubic. Gravel fill 4.35 cubic. Structural concrete class A 28 days 54.79 cubic. Lean concrete 4.35 cubic. Reinforcing steel deformed grade 40 3,964.86 kilograms. Reinforcing steel deformed grade 60 3,480.83 kilograms. Formworks and false works 1 lump sum. Cold water lines 1 lump sum. Plumbing works 1 lump sum. Finishing hardware 1 lump sum. Cement plaster finish 515.68 square meters. Painting works masonry or concrete 357.38 square meters. Painting works steel 58.52 square meters. Jealousy windows 288 square meter 2.88 square meters. Flush door 1.68 square meter. Pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 millimeter rib type long span 36.96 square meters. Waterproofing cement base 171.72 square meters. CHB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel 100 mm 65.84 square meters. Structural steel 1 lump sum. For the electrical, conduit boxes and fittings 1 lump sum. Wires and wiring devices 1 lump sum. Panel board with main and branch breakers 1 lump sum. Solar panel with inverter, battery and other devices 1 lump sum. Lighting fixtures 1 lump sum. Grounding system, 1 lump sum. Water pumping system, 1 lump sum. Valves and pipe fittings, 1 lump sum. Pipeline trench excavation, 180.50 cubic. Fill and backfill, 180.50 cubic. Polyethylene, plastic, 1 lump sum. Provision of field office for the engineer rental basis. 40-footer container van with ECU furnished and maintained, including 1 table and 3 chairs. Permits and clearances. Building permit, electrical permit, mechanical permit, excavation permit, National Commission on Indigenous People, and other miscellaneous. Formworks and false works. H-frame, shoring jack, adjustable U-head jack, adjustable base jack, cold water lines, reservoir tank, 50 mm diameter GI pipe, 50 by 90 mm GI elbow, 63 diameter GI pipe schedule 40, 50 mm by 30 GI nipple, 50 mm diameter drain plug, water meter, concrete valve box, Teflon tape. Conduit boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, lighting fixtures, grounding system, water pumping system. We have a submersible pump with 5 horsepower. Valves and pipe fittings. Solar panel with inverter, battery, and other devices. So we will be using 550 watts monocrystalline solar panels, quantity 24. Having 3-phase 230 volts, 60 Hz Solis inverter, current transformers, and a 5.12 kilowatt battery. Polyethylene plastic. We will be using a 75 mm diameter pipe, PSI nominal working pressure. So equipment, 40-footer container van with ECU furnished and maintained, plate compactor, 1 lease, dump truck, 2 lease, boom truck, 1 lease, water truck, pump all models, 1 lease, bulldozer, 1 lease, payloader, 1 lease, backhoe, 1 lease, bar cutter, 1 owned, bar bender, 1 owned, 1 bagger mixer, 1 owned, concrete vibrator, 1 owned, cutting outfit, 1 owned, motorized road grader, 1 lease, drilling machine rig, 1 lease, cargo truck, 1 lease, material testing apparatus, 1 set owned, trailer for minor tools, 1 lease. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, General Marky. So do we have any questions or clarifications? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Pwede maka-request, sir, balik sa drawing sa tank details. Itong nababa sir ka ng black. Murag naman ko yung mismatch sir kay 100 mm ang gate valve tapos ang inyong water meter is only 3 inches or 75 mm. So just a clarification, asa gyud ang ma-follow. If ever nga kana ang i-follow sir, then may additional fitting which may affect po also ang dimension sa atong concrete valve box.
So we will be using a 75 mm polyethylene man na kuan sir. So
Polyethylene ang ato ang
75.
output HTP5.
Amo lang pod ning i-kuan sir.
Kay if polyethylene ang pasabot nga 75 mm sir, that's outside diameter, equivalent of 2 and 1/2 inch lang na siya sa GI. So another concern na po nga dapat i-address. Then next question sir is dito sa pump and sa solar. I think much better sa katong sa bill quantities na siya sir. Sa ubos na details. Kana sir. Naka-indicate man good ang brand which is if I know bawal siya as per COA. So ang inverter naka-indicate nga Solis. The same time ang battery naka-indicate siya nga Dynes. Ang solar panel naka-indicate nga unsa nga brand. So is it strict na kana yun or pwede ra equivalent?
Pwede ra siya basta same lang og kanang kuan specs.
Specs. Additional sir, wala naka-indicate sa atong inverter kung unsa ang capacity nga inverter. Pero naka-indicate po siya nga 3-phase 230 volts niya. Ang atong pump, I believe kung 5 HP commonly 230 volts lang na siya nga single phase. So naana po another na po nga mismatch sa atong specs.
So, amo lang pod ning i-check sa mga electrical sir.
Okay sir, sige sir. Ay ang sa kwan sir, sa concrete works bitaw, pwede ma-check ang katong details sa estimate. Sa katong formwork sir, ito daw, lalagay ko daw. So wala man gud naka-indicate ang mga forms which is ang plywood or phenolic boards. Kay kung reinforced concrete tank man gud dapat ang main component or katong tangke mismo is monolithic ang pagkabuhos. Or kung ato siyang ikat, dapat mag-supply ta og katong water stop. Wala may item nga water stop, so I presume nga dapat monolithic ang atong buhos. Pero ang atong formworks is nakabutang 2 base ang nakabutang sa school building which is dili siya siguro applicable sa ato ang kuan sa atong project.
Amo lang i-note sir kung unsa na tay mong nakuan. Nakita nga kuan nga changes kay para ma-change po namo pag mag-bitcoin.
Okay sir, thank you sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. So all of your questions are done. All of your one will be recorded, sir, and will be posted or subject for our big bulletin, sir. Do we have any clarifications? There's none. What about one right there? So, no, there's none. So with that, now let's proceed for our third project. Construction of public solar water system at Barangay Bayanga, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With the contract item number of 26KH 00279. So with the approved budget for the contract of 9,898,559 pesos at 76 centavos. And the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer A. Region. You may now say Engineer A.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be discussing the project construction of public solar water system at Barangay Bayanga, Cagayan de Oro City. So the content of this presentation is the project location, typical details, and the quantities. First is the location. The project is located in City of Hawaii, Bayanga. So you can see in the location map. And this is the site pictures as shown. The typical details of the project. This is the elevation of the groundwater tank, the front view and the typical side view. This is the rear view and the typical section. And the details of concrete valve box. Also, this is the details of the foundation plan, 3.4 by 3.4 meters, the beam details, the manhole details, and the reinforced beam detail. This is the detail of the powerhouse, the elevation, the front elevation, rear elevation, and the left side elevation. The height of the powerhouse is 3.74 meters with a dimension of 5 meters by 4 meters. And this is also the details of top stand. And the details of the solar panel, concrete pedestal details, and this is the layout of the powerhouse lighting layout, the single line diagram, and the details of the fence. Which is 1.5 by 2.8. And quantities of the projects. The approved budget cost is 9,898,559.76 pesos and 180 calendar days. So the summary of quantities, the provision A.1.1, provision of field office for the engineer, 6 months. B.3.1, permit and clearances, 1 lump sum. B.5, project billboard, signboard, 2 each. B.7.2, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.9, mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Item 101, clearing and grabbing, 0.23 hectares. And 6042, fencing chain link fence fabric, 60 linear meter. Item number 803-1A, structure excavation, common soil, 57.47 cubic meter. Item number 8042A, embankment from barrow, 51.74 cubic meter. Item 8047, gravel fill, 4.62 cubic meter. Item 901C, structural concrete, 3000 PSI class A, 28 days, 49.31 cubic meter. Item 901-1, lean concrete, 4.62 cubic meter. 9021A1, reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, 3,848.74 kilograms. Item 902-1A2, reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 60, 3,480.83 kilograms. Item 903-1, formworks and false works, 1 lump sum. Item 1002, 24 cold water lines, 1 lump sum. Item 10042, finishing hardware, 1 lump sum. Item 1027, cement plaster finish, 509.20 square meter. Item 1032-1A, painting works, masonry, concrete, 350.90 square meters. Item 1032-1C, painting works, steel, 58.52 square meter. Item 1009-1A, jealousy windows, glass, 2.88 square meters. Item 1010-2A, doors flush, 1.68 square meter. Item 1014-1B2, pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 mm rib type, long span, 36.96 square meters. Item 1016-1A, waterproofing, cement-based, 171.72 square meters. Item 1046-2A1, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 100 mm, 65.84 square meters. Item 1047-7, structural steel, 1 lump sum. Item 11-110, conduit, boxes and fittings, 1 lump sum. Item 11-01-33, wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Item 11-02-1, panel board with main and branch breakers, 1 lump sum. Item 11-02-18, solar panel with inverter, battery, and other devices, 1 lump sum. Item 11-03-1, lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. Item 11-09-1, grounding system, 1 lump sum. Item 12-01, water pumping system, 1 lump sum. Item 12-01-8, valve and pipe fittings, 1 lump sum. Item 1602, pipeline trench excavation, 90.1 cubic meter. Item 1601-1, fill and backfill, 90.1 cubic meter. Item 1602-4, polyethylene PE plastic, 1 lump sum. This is the detail of the DUPA. The provisional fill-in office for the engineer contains 40-footer container van with ACU furnished and maintained, including 1 table and 3 chairs. This is the permits and clearances. The building permit and Bureau of Fire, drinking water analysis, electrical permit, mechanical permit, excavation permit, National Commission Indigenous People, which is the rituals and ceremonies, and miscellaneous and other expenses. And this is the details for formworks and false works. And the details for cold water lines, reservoir tank, 50 mm diameter GI pipe, 50 mm by 90 mm diameter GI elbow, 60 mm by 63 mm GI pipe schedule 40, 8 pieces, 60 mm 90 diameter GI elbow, 4 pieces, 50 mm by 30 GI nipple, 2 pieces, 50 mm drain plug, 2 pieces, water meter, 1 concrete valve box, and 50 pieces platform tape. Finishing hardware contains doorknob, which is 1 piece, and 4x4 loose pin hinges, 2 pieces. And the conduit boxes and fittings, 38 pieces, 30 meter by 20 mm diameter PVC conduit, 6 length na 3 meters, 32 mm diameter rigid steel conduit, 6 piece, 40 mm diameter PVC conduit, 12 pieces PVC utility box, 8 pieces PVC junction box with cover, 1 piece 3/4 inch service entrance cap, 1 length 3/4 IMC, 5 GI conduit clamp, 1 kilowatt-hour meter, 10 20 mm diameter PVC coupling, 6 40 mm diameter PVC coupling, 1 flexible hose, 1 roll flexible hose. The wires and wiring devices, 15 meters, 14 mm square THHN, 48 meters, 8 mm square THHN, 128 meters, 5.5 mm square THHN, 4 meters, 3.5 mm square THHN wire, 20 meters, 214 mm square THHN wire, and 2-piece 1-gang switch, 2 pieces 2-gang switch, 8 duplex convenience outlet, and 10 electrical tape. And panel main and branch breakers. This is the details. And the lighting fixtures, which is 2 15 watts LED bulb, 8 sets 16 watts LED T8, and 6 sets 75 watts outdoor waterproof solar LED lights. And the grounding fixtures. And water pumping, in the water pumping system, we included here rig assembly water type drilling machine with diameter casing pipe 4 inches and open hole diameter 6 inches with georesistivity, and a submersible pump of 5 horsepower, 75 mm galvanized iron water pipe, 3 each, and a pressure gauge 1 piece. And it's the details of valves and pipe fittings, and solar water with inverter, battery, and other devices. 24 pieces, 550 watts each TSAAE crystalline solar panels, 1 unit, 3-phase 230 volts, 60 Hertz Solis inverter, 1 unit current transformer, and 6-piece Dynes BX5110 Life DEO4 battery, 5.12 kilowatt. The details of polyethylene plastic and equipment, 2 plate compactors, 1 list, dump truck, 2 list, boom truck with 197 horsepower, 1 list, water truck pump, all models, 1 list, bulldozer, 1 list, payloader, 1 list, backhoe, 1 list, bar cutter, single phase, 1 owned bar bender, 3-phase, 1 owned, 1 bagger mixer, 1 owned concrete vibrator, 1 owned cutting outfit, 1 owned motorized road grader, 1 list, drilling machine rig, 1 list, cargo service truck, all models, 1 list, materials testing apparatus, 1 set as per DEO 11 series 2017, and trailer for minor tools, 1 list. That's all. Thank you. Any questions and clarifications?
Thank you, Engineer King Preja. So, sir. The question there or?
Nalay na, sir.
So, I know that this project also is subject for bid quality.
Pwede dito sa electrical components, sir, nga katong materials. Ang wires.
Wires, yun is sir.
So, ang last item, sir, ba?
Yes,
214 mm squared or number 14 na 2.0 mm squared na siya.
2.14 mm squared.
2.0 siguro, number 14.
2.0.
So, tapos ang isa, sir, is katong sa drilling. So, I believe na ni sa drilling na component.
Yes, sir.
since nakabutang diri nga with georesistivity, so wala pa ni siya nakandak og georesistivity ninyo.
Wala pa, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kuan po tayo, sir. Murag na pinapansin po nga conflicting details sa solar. Tong drawings. Katong kana. So ang dimensions niya, sir, di ba ang inyuha is 12 ang isa ka span? 12 pieces, di ba? Mo total of 36 tulo ka span. Okay, lahi man gud siya ang sa perspective ug ang diha.
Aside.
I-check na ang perspective drawing nimo, sir.
Ay, ang perspective for presentation na to, sir.
So dili na siya mao ma-follow.
Oh, for presentation purposes.
So ang quantity nga actual na to ani sa solar panels, pila ka bulk?
24 pieces.
24. Then ang dito, sir, sa katong drawing sa details sa structural, it's only 14. Pero 14 lang man siguro ang na-reflect diha sa kana nga kuan nga kanang standard at RA PV module support layout.
Kani, sir.
14 lang ang masigo diha. So naapatay additional 10. Asa na to siya i-mount?
Maraming kuhan gyapon, sir. Double check na mo i-reflect mo sa big ball siguro.
Okay, sir. Sige, sir. Thank you, sir. Ay, ang si kato itong sa nalimtan ako sa previous kaganina, sir. Pwede pa ba? Okay. Kuan man good,
same naman
kato
connect.
siya is spring source tong kaganina. Walay details sa intake. And asa ibutang ang pump.
Nato siya i-detail sa full plan din, sir. Nato intake box na to, sir.
Okay. So wala lang na avail sa presentation. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. So this project is still subjected for bid quality. So for our prospective bidders, so please check on this tabang because we will be posted anytime. So do we have any other clarifications or questions? There's none. How about from our online viewers? There's none. So there's no more questions, clarifications, projects. Now let's proceed for our fourth project. Construction of public solar water system at Barangay Dansolihon, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With approved budget of 10,889,365 pesos and 77 centavos. So the details of this project should be discussed by Engineer Francis Sawan. You may now proceed, Engineer Francis.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be discussing construction of public solar water system at Barangay Dansolihon, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. So content is project location, typical details, and quantities. Location is Sitio Langag, Dansolihon, Cagayan de Oro City. These are the JOTAG photos of the location. Typical details, perspective of the project. This is the front view of the water tank and the typical side view. The rear view and typical sections. We have 100 mm diameter gate valve, 75 mm diameter water meter. And we have the concrete valve box and the 75 mm two consumers. We have the tie beam details, foundation plan, footing tie beam details, manhole detail, beam detail, and the reinforced beam detail. Footing details. We have also the top view plan, section details. And the control panel is 5 meter by 4 meter. We have the front elevation with a height of 3.74 meters. We have the rear elevation, right side elevation, and left side elevation. We also have the details of the top stand, which is 1.5 by 1.5 meters. The standard array PV medial support layout. Solar panel concrete pedestal details. We also have the fence detail, the fence foundation and column details. So for the quantities of these projects, the ABC of this project is 10,889,365.77 The calendar days this project is 180 calendar days. So summary of quantities: provision of field office for the engineer 6 months, project billboard to each occupational safe and health program, 1 lump sum, mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum, clearing and grabbing 0.9 hectares, fencing chain link fence fabric 60 linear meter, structure excavation, common soil 59.9 cubic meter, embankment from barrow 51.74 cubic meter, gravel fill 4.59 cubic meter. Structural concrete class A 28 days 60.7 cubic meter, lean concrete 4.59 cubic meter, reinforcing steel deformed grade 40 4,195.22 kilograms, reinforcing steel deformed grade 60 3,480.83 kilograms, formworks and false works 1 lump sum, cold water lines 1 lump sum, plumbing works 1 lump sum, finishing hardware 1 lump sum, cement plaster finish 520 square meter. Painting works masonry concrete 361.7 square meter, painting works steel 58.52 square meter, jealousy windows glass 2.88 square meter, doors flush 1.68 square meter, repainted metal sheets above rib type long span 36.96 square meter, waterproofing cement base 171.72 square meter, CHB non-load bearing 100 mm 65.84 square meter, structural steel 1 lump sum, conduit boxes and fittings 1 lump sum, wires and wiring devices 1 lump sum, panel board and main branch breaker 1 lump sum, solar panels with inverter, battery and other devices 1 lump sum, lighting fixtures 1 lump sum, grounding system 1 lump sum, water pumping system 1 lump sum, valves and pipe fittings 1 lump sum. Pipeline trench excavation 359.91 cubic meters, fill and backfill 359.91 cubic meters, polyethylene plastic 1 lump sum. Summary of lump sum of the following. Provision of the field office for engineers, 40-footer container van with ACU furnished and maintained, including one table and 3 chairs. So these are the um materials or equipment for occupational safety and health. And for the formworks and force works. We also have the cold water lines, which is for reservoir tank, 50 mm diameter GI pipe, 50 mm by 90 mm diameter GI elbow, 63 mm diameter GI pipe, schedule 40. So we also have for the finishing hardware, door knobs, 4x4 loose sprint hinges. For the conduit and boxes and fittings, so for the wires and wiring devices, we also have for the panel board and main and branch breakers. And for the solar panel with inverter, battery, and other devices. For lighting fixtures. For grounding system. We also have for the water pumping system. For bulbs and pipe fittings. For polyethylene plastic, we also have 75 mm diameter pipe. And for the equipment, plate compactor, 1 lease, dump truck, 2 lease, boom truck, 1 lease, water truck, 1 lease, bulldozer, 1 lease, payloader, 1 lease, backhoe, 1 lease, bar cutter, single phase, 1 owned, bar bender, 3 phase, 1 owned, 1 bagger mixer, 1 owned, concrete vibrator, 1 owned, cutting outfit, 1 owned, motorized road grader, 1 lease, drilling machinery, 1 lease, cargo service truck, 1 lease, material testing apparatus, 1 set owned, trailer for minor tools, 1 lease. That's all for this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Francis. Okay, do we have, this project also still subjected for approval? Do we have any clarifications? Understand? Our online viewers understand. Okay, thank you. So since there's no more questions regarding this project, now let's proceed for our 5th project. Construction of public solar water system at Barangay Tignapoloan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With a budget the contract of 9,899,000 pesos and 1 centavos. So the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Martin John Luis. We have proceed, Engineer Martin.
So good afternoon again, everyone. I'll be discussing the construction of public solar water system at Barangay Tignapoloan, Cagayan de Oro City. So this is the location. It's near City of Manay. It is located in City of Manay near Manay National High School. This is the project location. Geotag photos. This is the source. And this will be the location for the water tank. Typical details, perspective, water tank typical details, the rear view, concrete valve box, control panel, a top stand perspective, solar panel concrete pedestal details, the fence details, and the quantities. So summary of quantities, provision of field office for the engineer rental basis, 6 months. Project billboard signboard, 2 each. Occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Clearing and grabbing, 0.45 hectares. Fencing, chain link fence fabric, 60 linear meter. Structure excavation, common soil, 59.9 cubic meter. Embankment from barrow, 51.74 cubic. Gravel fill, 4.59 cubic. Structural concrete class A, 28 days, 60.70 cubic. Lean concrete, 4.59 cubic. Reinforcing steel deformed, grade 40, 4,195.22 kilograms. Reinforcing steel deformed, grade 60, 3,480.83 kilograms. Formworks and false works, 1 lump sum. Cold water lines, 1 lump sum. Finishing hardware, 1 lump sum. Cement plaster finish, 520 square meters. Painting works, masonry, 361.70 square meters. Painting works steel, 58.52 square meters. Jalousie windows, 2.88 square meters. Doors, 1.68 square meters. Pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 mm rib type long span, 36.26 square meters. Waterproofing, 171.72 square meters. CHB 100 mm, 65.84 square meters. Structural steel, 1 lump sum. For the electrical conduit boxes and fittings, 1 lump sum. Wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Panel board with main and branch breakers, 1 lump sum. Solar panel with inverter, battery, and other devices, 1 lump sum. Lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. Grounding system, 1 lump sum. Water pumping system, 1 lump sum. Valves and pipe fittings, 1 lump sum. Pipeline trench excavation, 181 cubic. Fill and backfill, 181 cubic. Polyethylene plastic, 1 lump sum. So provision of field office for the engineer rental basis, 40-footer container van with ACU, furnished and maintained, including 1 table and 3 chairs. For the permits and clearances, for works and false works, cold water lines, finishing hardware, conduits, boxes and fittings, panel board with main and branch breakers, lighting fixtures, grounding system, water pumping system, valves and pipe fittings, solar panel with inverter, battery, and other devices, polyethylene plastic, equipment, plate compactor, 1 lease, dump truck, 2 lease, boom truck, 2 lease, water truck, 1 lease, bulldozer, 1 lease, payloader, 1 lease, backhoe, 1 lease, bar cutter, 1 owned, bar bender, 1 owned, 1 bagger mixer, 1 owned, concrete vibrator, 1 owned, cutting outfit, 1 owned, motorized road grader, 1 lease, drilling machine rig, 1 lease, cargo truck, 1 lease, material testing apparatus, 1 set owned, 1 trailer, 1 lease. That's all.
Thank you, Martin. So, sige sir, go. Go ka.
Sir, na-mention man gud nga equipment requirement is drilling. So, nani drilling component.
For these projects, sir, sa Tignapoloan, kuan na gyapon siya, sir, nagkuan lang tag intake box, wala tay drilling.
So, dili na dapat kinahanglan ang drilling machine sa equipment list.
Yes, sir. Ato lang ako lang gyapon ng i-revise, sir.
Sige, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, thank you, sir. So, again, this project is subject for bid bulletin. Do you have any other clarifications? There is not. How about from our online viewers? So now let's proceed for our sixth project. 26K0082, construction of public solar water system at Barangay Tuburan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. The details of this project will be subject by Lord Vincent Sumbat. You may now proceed, Lord.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be discussing project construction of public solar water system at Barangay Tuburan, Cagayan de Oro City. So the content will be the project location, typical details, and the quantities. So this is the location, proposed project location of our control house. Control house at the reservoir is located at near the Tuburan Elementary School, and the source will be located 1,200 meters from our proposed reservoir. This is the actual geotag photos for the proposed elevated tank. Then this is the geotag photos for our source. So the typical details. This is the perspective for our presentation purposes. So for the front and typical side view, we will have a 2.5 meters from the top of the tie beam to the second tie beam, and the dimension of 3.4 by 3.4 for our tank, having 16 mm and 12 mm reverse. For the details of our foundation plan, we will have 3.4 by 3.4, having a tie beam of 20 mm reinforcing bar and 220 mm for the bottom bars. So for our control panel, we'll have a dimension of 4 meters by 5 meters, having a height of 3.74 from the top of our slab. For the top stand, having dimension of 1.5 by 1.5. For this detail, we'll provide 8 top stand. The location will depend on the end user. This is the detail of our solar panels. For the fencing detail, we'll use 2 inches by 2 inches cyclone wire, spaced at 2 meters, having a pedestal of 0.3 and using J pipe of 1 and 1/2 for the column. For the quantities, this is the approved budget of the contract. We have 9,898,808.81 with the calendar duration of 180. For the summary of quantities, provision of field office for the engineer, 6 months. Permit and clearances, 1 lump sum. Project billboard, 2 each. People and safety and health, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Clear and grabbing, 0.45 hectares. Fencing, chain link fence fabric, 60 linear meter. Structure excavation, 59.9 cubic meter. Embankment from barrow, 51.74 cubic meter. Gravel fill, 4.59 cubic meter. Structural concrete, class A, 28 days, 60.7 cubic meter. Clean concrete, 4.59 cubic meter. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, for 195.22 thousand kilograms. Reinforcing steel grade deformed, grade 60, 3,480.83 kilograms. Formworks and false works, 1 lump sum. Cold water lines, 1 lump sum. Finishing hardware, 1 lump sum. 7 plaster finish, 520 square meter. For the painting works, masonry and concrete, 361.7 square meter. Painting works, steel, 58.52 square meter. Jealousy windows, glass, 2.88 square meter. Doors, flush, 1.68 square meter. Pre-painted metal sheets above, 0.427 mm. Rib type long span, 36.96 square meter. Waterproofing, cement base, 171.72 square meter. CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 100 mm. 65.84 square meters. Structural steel, 1 lump sum. Conduits, boxes, and fitting, 1 lump sum. Wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Panel board with main and branch breaker, 1 lump sum. Solar panel with inverter, battery, and other devices, 1 lump sum. Lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. Grounding system, 1 lump sum. Water pumping system, 1 lump sum. Valve and pipe fittings, 1 lump sum. Pipeline trench excavation, 181 cubic meter. Fill and backfill, 181 cubic meter. Polyethylene, plastic, 1 lump sum. So for our lump sum, for the provision of field office, we'll provide 40-footer container van with ACO furnished and maintained, including one table and 3 chairs. For our permits and clearances. Then for the formers and post sports. For our cold water lines, this is the fittings for our reservoir tank. For the finishing hardware, for our control panels. Then for the conduit, boxes and fittings. These are the details as shown. For the wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breaker. For the lighting fixtures, for the control house, we'll use 15 watts LED bulb, 16 watts LED TA, and we will use solar LED light, 75 watts for the outer, for the fence. For the grounding system, these are the details. For the water pumping system, we will use a submersible pump, 5 HP, to cater the elevation head of 40 meters. For the valves and pipe fittings, for the solar panel, for the solar panels, we'll use 550 watts. We'll use we'll use live DEO4 battery, 5.2 watts. For the polyethylene P plastic, we'll use 75 mm for this distribution. So this is the equipment requirement. So as shown, we'll have a plate compactor, 1 list, dump truck, 2 list, boom truck, 1 lease, water truck, 1 lease, bulldozer, 1 lease, payloader, 1 lease, backhoe, 1 lease, bar cutter, 1 owned, bar bender, 1 owned, wet bagger mixer, 1 owned, office vibrator, 1 owned, cutting outfit, 1 owned, motorized road grader, 1 owned, cargo service truck models, 1 lease, material testing apparatus, 1 set owned, trailer for minors, 1 lease. Please also note that all quantities are subject for bid bulletin, and all the concerns and clarification with the previous presentation will be duly noted. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Engineer Lord. So do you have any clarifications or questions regarding the project? So again, this project is subject for bid quality. We have to understand how about from our online viewer. Understand. So now let's proceed for our next project. Construction of public solar water system at Barangay Baikingon, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Tuburan. With an approved budget of the contract of 9,898,120 pesos and 67 centavos. So the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Sheila A. Dilato. Now, Engineer Sheila.
Good afternoon once again, everyone. Presenting contract ID 26KH0083 with a project title of Construction of Public Solar Water System at Barangay Baikingon, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental, with a calendar days of 151 days. Location, Barangay Baikingon, Cagayan de Oro City, with the approved budget for the contract of 9,898,120 pesos and 67 centavos. Scope of work is the construction of solar water deep well. This is the location. Landmark is at Ibal Store, 100 meters to the their barangay hall, before their barangay hall. This is the site photo. And this is the proposed perspective with a control house, concrete reservoir, solar structure, and the HDPE pipe. This is the typical detail for deep well. Please note that georesistivity test is included in this with the depth of 100 meters. This is the proposed concrete reservoir. The control house, the solar panel, and retaining wall. This is the top stand details and the perspective with length, HDPE pipe length of 990 meters and a total number of top stand 11 pieces. For the summary of quantities, Part A, A1.18, provision for a field office for the engineers rental basis 5.03 months. And for Part B, B.5, project billboard signboard for each. For B.72, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. For B.9, mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum. And for Part H, the miscellaneous structure, item 604.2, fencing chain link fence fabric, 120.73 linear meter. And for volume 3, part A, 803 A1, individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm diameter, 10 each. For item 803 1A, structure excavation common soil, 227.56 cubic meter. And for item 804 2A, embankment from roadway and structure excavation common soil, 292.01 cubic meter. And for item 804 7, gravel fill, 10.82 cubic meter. And for part B, 901B, structural concrete, 300,000 PSI, class A, 14 days, 42.18 cubic meter. And for item 901-1, lean concrete, 10.82 cubic meter. And for item 902-1A1, reinforcing steel deformed, grade 40, 6,112.32 kilograms. And for item 902-1A2, reinforcing steel deformed, grade 40, 5,246.45 kilograms. And for item 903-1, for works and false work, 1 lump sum. And for item 1,024 cold water lines, 1 lump sum. Item 1,227 plumbing works, 1 lump sum. Item 1,004 2 finishing hardware, 1 lump sum. And for item 1009-1A, jealousy windows glass, 2.88 square meter. And for item 1010-2A, door, 1.68 square meter. And for item 1014-1B2, painted metal sheet above 0.427 mm, rib type long span, 36.96 square meters. And for item 1016-1A, waterproofing cement base, 138.72 square meters. And for item 1027-1, cement plaster finish, 356.03 square meters. And for item 1032-1A, painting works, masonry or concrete, 344.42 square meters. And for item 1032-1B, painting works, wood, 3.36 square meters. 1C, painting works, steel, 58.52 square meters. And for item 1046, 2A1, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 100 mm, is 69.24 square meters. And for item 1047, 2 metal structures, 1 lump sum. And for part D, electrical, 1101, 10 conduits and boxes and fittings, 1 lump sum. And for item 1101, 33 wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. For item 1102, 1 panel board and main and branch breakers, 1 lump sum. Item 1102, 18 solar panel with inverter, battery and other devices, 1 lump sum. And for item 1103, 1 lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. And for part E, mechanical, 1,201, 1 water pumping system, 1 lump sum. And for item 1,201, 8 valves and pipe fittings, 1 lump sum. And for part G, 1,601 excavation beneath proposed structure, 3.14 cubic meters. And for item 1,601 fill and backfill, 183.77 cubic meters. And for item 1,602 pipeline trench excavation, 183.77 cubic meters. And lastly, for item 1,602 5 polyethylene plastic pipe, 1 lump sum. And for the minimum equipment requirement, trailer for equipment, 1 list, plate compactor, 1 list, dump truck, 2 list, boom truck, 1 list, water truck, pump alt models, 1 list, bulldozer, 1 list, payloader, 1 list, backhoe, HD 823, 1 list, bar cutter single phase, 1 owned, bar bender 3-phase, 1 owned, chainsaw, 1 list, 1 bagger mixer, 1 owned, concrete vibrator, 1 owned, welding machine, 1 list, cutting outfit, 1 owned, backhoe, wheel mounted, 1 list, motorized road grader, 1 list, drilling rig, 1 list, cargo service truck, 1 list, and lastly, material testing apparatus, 1 set owned. And these are the inclusion for this pay item. Item 101.18, provision of field office for engineers, rental basis, a 40-footer container van with ACU finished and maintained, provide 3 chairs and tables or equivalent. These are the summary, the quantities with lump sum for formers and false works. And for items 1,000 to 1,100 for the cold water line, plumbing works, finishing hardware, conduit, boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board and with main and branch breakers, and solar panel with inverter, battery, and other devices, and for the lighting fixtures and lamps, and for the water pumping, for the valves and pipe fittings, water pumping system, and the polyethylene plastic pipe. The quantity of this project is subject for bid bulletin. That's all for this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Shilani Gelfroy. Do we have any clarifications or questions? Please stand. How about from our online viewers? Please stand. So again, this project is subject for bid bulletin. And now let's proceed for our 8th project. Asset preservation, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation, or drainage along national roads, secondary roads, CDO-Airport-Bukidnon Road. Kilometer 1445 plus 400. Kilometer 1446 plus 040, Cagayan de Oro. With a approved budget for the contract of 89,655,753 pesos and 82 centavos. So the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Kim Carr here. You may now proceed, Engineer Kim Carr.
Okay, so i-open ako ng file.
Once again, good afternoon, ma'am and sirs, and to all observers and online viewers. So I'll be presenting or discussing the asset preservation, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, secondary roads, CDO-Airport, Bukidnon Road, K 1445 plus 400 to K 1446 plus 040. So these are the location of the structures. So Line Canal, Section 1, 332 meters. So location is 1445 plus 620 to 1446. The RCBC, Section 2A, 900 meters. Location chainage 0 to chainage 900. Line Canal Section 2, dot B, 340 meters. Chainage 220 to chainage 380. Chainage 380 to 480. Ako lang siya edit na siya. Error. Chainage 540 to chainage 640 and chainage 700 to chainage 800. So PCCP section 2.C, so 1,360 meters. So location is chainage 220 to chainage 900. Left side going Pillais Bridge. Chainage 780 to chainage 1,460 right side, so going Pillais Bridge. So the approved budget for the contract is 89,685,753.82 pesos. So the total, so the project duration is 312 calendar days. So this is the vicinity map. So the known landmarks are the SMCT, Uptown, Thompson Toms Coffee, Sevier Heights. So yung location good is sa Taguano. So this is the location map indicating its PRS 92 or the Philippine grid or reference system. So this is the site development map. So it's closest landmarks, same Thompson Toms, Fukuro, Roseville School, Uptown, Quezon City. So this is the Portland cement concrete pavement detail. Traffic management. So these are the traffic management content. So under traffic management, we have 4 quantity of speed restriction, roadwork ahead for each, and roadwork for each, and speed restriction for each, workmen ahead for each, prepare to stop to each, a temporary hazard marker 1 each, concrete safety barrier 47 each since involved man siya og deep excavation. So construction safety fence 48 each, temporary bollards at 5 meters apart 16 each. So equipment, we have two-way radio 2 each with lifespan consideration of 2 years. Barricade flasher light 11 each. So this is the layout. So there will be specific layout for traffic management for this project. So these are the typicals
typical details under traffic management. So project billboard details. These are the typical sections. So indicating the station limits, the pay item involved. So we have the typical section, existing roadway with line canal. The station limit, 1445 plus 620 to 1445 plus 952 or K 1446. Curb and gutter and line canal. So this is the typical detail for roadway with RCBC detail. So this is the typical detail for existing roadway with line canal, PCCP, and RCBC detail. So as shown in the screen, there's a line canal which in the front page of this plan. So line canal section 2.b with station limits. So na siya proposed PCCP, gigit sa base course 0.20 meter thick, structural concrete, 0.1 meter thick na lean concrete, embankment from roadway excavation, roadway structure excavation side. So this is the typical detail for line canal. So under section station limit of K 1445 plus 620 to K 1445 plus 952. So the plan view, fixed and removable cover. So every 10 meters na siya fix. 1.20 meters is the removable cover. So this is the detail. Dimensions. Line canal detail section 2. We have the fix. RCBC schedule detail. Curb pavement markings. Reflectorized traffic paint white. So indicated na po ang station limits. So this is the detail for manhole. Na siya RCBC manhole, then sa taasan isang PCCP. We also have the reflectorized center and edge line marking. So naana po naka-indicate dani sa note. So edge only ang base sa PA item, edge only lang ang atong itong gamitan ng reflectorized nga white. So this is the typical detail for the steel grating. Manhole cover for RCBC. This is the detail. Cross sections. So summary of quantities. So these are the pay items for this project. So we have E.1.18 provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, 10.4 months. E.1.32 provision of survey equipment for the assistance to the engineer, 1 lump sum. B.31 permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. B.51 project billboard or signboard for each. B.71 occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.81 traffic management, 7.93 months. B.91 mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. 8031A structure excavation, common cell, 11,675.80 cubic meter. 8034A, shoring, paving, and drain excavation, shoring, 1 lump sum. 8041A, embankment from roadway or structure excavation, common soil, 4,534.33 cubic meter. 8047, gravel fill, 44.64 cubic meter. 901A, structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, class A 7 days, 3,386.34 cubic meter. 9011, lean concrete, 320.40 cubic meter. 9021 A1, reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, 320,431 kilograms. 9032, formworks and false works, 15,282.69 square meter. 17205, metal frames and grating type, 80 pairs. 17206, metal frames and covers, 40 pairs. 1013 B3, removal of actual structure, obstruction, 0.23 meter thick PCCP unreinforced at 3,204 square meter. 1016, removal of actual structure, obstruction, concrete, 4.73 cubic meter. 1022, surplus common excavation, 1,026.48 cubic meter. 201, aggregate sub-base course, 889.96 cubic meter. 3111 E1, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.28 meter thick, 14 days, 4,366.80 square meter. 604, curb and gutter cast in place, 332 linear meter. 6061 B1, pavement markings reflectorized thermoplastic white, 247.34 square meter. So this is these are the minimum equipment. So the minimum equipment for this project are the following. So, trailer for equipments, 1 list. Backhoe with pavement breaker, 1 owned. Payloader, 1 owned. Dump truck, 2 owned. Backhoe, 1 owned. Mechanized joint sealer, 1 owned. Cutting outfit, 1 owned. Motorized road grader, 1 owned. Vibratory roller, 1 owned. Water truck, 1 owned. Concrete vibrator, 2 owned. 1 bagger mixer, 1 owned. Concrete saw, 1 owned. Crawler crane, 1 owned. Vibro hammer, 1 owned. Welding machine, 1 owned. Water pump, 1 owned. Plate compactor, 1 owned. Pump crate, 1 owned. Bar cutter, 1 owned. Bar bender, 1 owned. Cargo or service truck na 9 to 10 metric tons, 1 owned. Laboratory testing apparatus, 1 owned. Two-way radio, 2 owned. Barricade flasher light, 11 owned. Cargo or service truck na 2 to 5 metric tons, 1 owned. Bulldozer, 1 owned. Concrete spreader, 1 owned. So this is the additional. Under E.1.18, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis. Inclusion is 20-footer container van with ECU, 2 chairs and 1 table or equivalent. So meaning, pwede siya mag-rent kung dili possible ang kaning container van. So pwede ra mag-rent kung van. So under E.132, provision of survey equipment for the assistance of the engineer. So inclusion 1 set, drone with RTQ module, extra battery and LiDAR 360 software, perpetual license, 1 unit na RC Plus 2 controller, 1 unit nga Zenmuse, kani siya kay LiDAR camera ni siya. So 6 pieces nga TV65 intelligent battery, na 2 unit nga laptop na specialized for data processing. So sa specs, so we have i9 or R9 nga latest gen, 128 gigabyte nga RAM, DDR5. So mo po niya ang specs for controller, RC Plus 2 controller, mga ni siya. Sa Zenmuse, mo po niya ang specs. Tapos mo po diyang sa intelligent battery, mo po niya ang specs. Mavic 3 dayon nga paan. Mo po niya ang specs niya. For kanang siya mga survey mapping. So that's all for this project. So any questions and clarification?
Okay, thank you, Engineer Kenneth Carl Tejero. So we have any clarification for questions regarding discussion details of this project? There is none. How about from our online viewers? So there is none. So since there is no clarification questions, the details of the projects on same for our 9 project, the 26 gauge 0086, rehabilitation of road of Barangay Baikingon. Station 0+000 or station 0+200, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. The approved budget for the contract of 4,684,126 pesos and 18 centavos. So the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Sheena.
Good afternoon once again. On behalf of the programmer and designer of this project, I will be presenting rehabilitation of road at Barangay Baikingon, Station 0+00 to Station 0+200, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With a total length of 200 meters, with an approved budget for the contract of 4,624,440 pesos and 11 centavos, with a calendar days of 69, and a scope of work, rehab, road concreting rehab. This is the location of the project near the river at Baikingon, Barangay Baikingon. This is the typical roadway detail with a total road width of 4 meters and PCCP thickness of 0.23 meters. General notes for street lights. Typical detail for the roadway street lights, solar street lights, I mean. And for the minimum equipment requirement, 2-way radio, 3 owned, barricade flasher light, 10 owned, trailer for equipment, 1 list, trailer for minor tool, 1 list, payloader, 1 list, dump truck, 2 list, concrete saw, 1 owned, bulldozer, 1 list, backhoe, 1 list, motorized road grader, 1 list, vibratory roller, 1 list, water truck pump, 1 list, concrete vibrator, 2 owned, concrete spreader, 1 owned, bar cutter, single phase, 1 owned, mechanized joint sealer, 1 owned, material testing apparatus, 1 set owned, cargo service truck, 1 list, and 1 bugger mixer, 1 owned, plate compactor, 1 list, bar bender, 3 phase, 1 owned. I'm sorry for this, it was repeated. And last is the truck mounted crane, 1 list. And for the summary of quantities, for part B, B.3 permits and clearances, 1 lump sum for street light structures. And for B.5, project billboard and signboard for each. For item B.7.2, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.8.2, traffic management, 1 lump sum. B.9, mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum. And for part C, earthworks, 102.2, surplus common excavation, 2,703.31 cubic meters. And for item 103.1A, structure excavation, common soil, 13.50 cubic meters. And for item 104.1A, embankment from roadway structures or roadway or structure excavation, common soil, 23.30 cubic meters. And for part D, item 201.1, aggregates base force, 244 cubic meters. And for part E, item 311.1C1, Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days, 1,620.20 square meters. And for part 8, miscellaneous structure, 624, 9C1, single arm roadway LED, single arm solar LED roadway lighting, 9 meters pole, 80 to 125 watts, 5 each. And for volume 3, part C, earthworks, 804.7 gravel fill, 0.72 cubic meters. And for part D, 901D, structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, class A, 28 days, 3.66 cubic meters. And lastly, for item 902, 1A1, reinforcing steel deformed, grade 40, 258.57 kilograms. Quantities of this project are subject for bid bulletin. That's all for this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Shinami Ilatori. So, do we have any clarifications or questions regarding the details of this project? Very standard. About from our online viewers and very standard. So now at this point, I would like to call back again Engineer Cagayan de Oro because he has additional information regarding the item national grid equipment. So go Engineer Cagayan.
For the record, so ang wala na ako na-mention is kanilang aning tanan items na involved sa provision of survey equipment for assistance to the engineer to be turned over to office after project completion.
Thank you, Engineer Cagayan. So with that, let's now proceed to our project Number 10. Contract ID 26H0087. Replacement of Bulao Bridge, Barangay Ipunan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. With a approved budget for the contract of 130,209,681 pesos and 9 centavos. So the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Raquel Lopez. So you may now proceed, Engineer Raquel.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be presenting the details of the project 26K0087 replacement of Bulao Bridge, Barangay Ipunan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, with an appropriation amount of 134,934,000, EBC amount of 130,209,681.0. So brief project description. The project is located at Barangay Ipunan, Cagayan de Oro City. Scope of works in general is replacement of bridge as per plan. Contract duration 269 calendar days as advertised. Calendar days is subject for bid bulletin. Fund source JA 2026. Major category of work BCCDP bridges, construction, concrete, superstructure with driven piles. Similar category of work BRTCDB bridges, retrofitting, concrete with driven piles, superstructure with driven piles. So this is the location of the project, the existing modified Mavi Johnson steel bridge connecting two barangays, Barangay Ipunan and Barangay Kanituan. So the bridge, abutment A of this bridge is located at the Ipunan side, and abutment B is at the Kanituan side. So this is the site development plan. This project does not only involve the construction of bridge, but as well as its approaches, the road leading to the bridge, and slope protection structure. So this is the proposed design of the layout of the bridge. So if you're not familiar of the said bridge, this is the existing condition of the Bulao Bridge. So it has a metal panel decks, which is have been deteriorated. So it shall be replaced with a concrete, pre-stressed concrete deck girder bridge. So the road component of this project includes 115.5 meters. This is the road connecting, going to the bridge, and the bridge itself is 69 meters, including approaches. Slope protection 108.30 meters. So the details of the bridge, the type of bridge, it is a pre-stressed concrete deck girder bridge. The girder is type 4B-2 girder. Length per span is 30 meters. So number of span 2. So the length of the bridge is 60 meters and number of pier 1. So this is the perspective of the bridge. We will include also roadway lighting. This is the general bridge plan and elevation and the typical details of the bridge plan. This is the typical details of the road section. Since our bridge will be elevated will be elevated from the existing elevation of the bridge, which is about 0.8 meters. So it follows that the road will have a grade approaching towards the bridge. So musaka gamay po ang road. That's why we have a component of a retaining wall for the portion near the abutment, pasaka na sa tulay. So this is the typical details of a retaining wall. Details, cross-section of the pier and the abutment. And this is the typical details of the slope protection. So these are the summary of quantities. Part A, facilities for the engineer. Item A.1.18, provision of field office for the engineer rental basis, 8.89 months. Item A.1.114, provision of laboratory testing equipment, apparatus, and publications for the engineer, 1 lump sum. Other general requirements, B.3, permits and licenses, 1 lump sum. B.5, project billboard signboard for each. B.72, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.81, traffic management. This is a correction, Annie. This is supposed sa bid bulletin. So I will just read the as advertised, 1 month. B.9, mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. B.18.1, Greenway, 1 lump sum. Part C, earthworks, item 101, clearing and grubbing, 0.36 hectares. Item 103A1, individual removal of trees, 42 each. Item 101.1, removal of structures and obstruction, 1 lump sum. 102.2, surplus common excavation, 2,697.39 cubic meters. Item 103.1A, structure excavation, common soil, 469.31 cubic meters. 103.2B1, bridge structure excavation, soft rock, 2,289.69 cubic. Item 103.3, foundation fill, 12 cubic meters. 103.5B, shoring, cribbing, and other related works, 1 lump sum. Item 104.2A, embankment from borrow, common soil, 221.77 cubic meters. And Part D, item 201, aggregate surface force, 46.49 cubic meters. Item 2011, aggregate base force, 135.75 cubic meters. Item 311.1E1, concrete Portland PCCP and reinforced, 802.38 square meters. Item 405A2, precast pre-stressed concrete piles, 1,410 meters. Item 415, precast pre-stressed concrete piles driven, 1,410 meters. 416B, test piles furnished and driven, 90 meters. 411A1, metal railings, 36 steel, 45 meters. 412A, concrete railings, standard, 60 meters. 404.1A, reinforced steel, grade 40, 10,117.88 kilograms. Item 404.1B, reinforced steel, grade 60, 105, 987.29 kilograms. Item 405.1A3, structural concrete, 20.68 megapascals, 358.23 cubic. 405.1B3, structural concrete, 484.25 cubic meters. Item 406.1 F8, pre-stressed structural concrete members, 13 meters, type 4BI, girder 8 each. 407.8, thin concrete, 36.17 cubic meters. 411.2, paint, 277.58 square meters. 412.1C, elastomeric bearing pads, 16 each. 413.4 F4, expansion joint, 7.29 linear meters. Item 501B3, pipe culverts, 12 linear meters. 501, stone masonry, 471.58 cubic meters. 507.1, rubble concrete, 43.50 cubic meters. 508.1, hand-laid rock embankment, 2,371.04 cubic meters. 511.1A3, gabions, 538.61 cubic meters. Item 517.1A, drain pipe, 0.87 cubic meters. 17.044, gravel fill, 12.38 cubic meters. 17.14.3, filter cloth, 31.73 square meters. Item 17.17.3B, furnishing steel sheet piles, 850, 154,990.80 kilograms. 17.17.8B, sheet piles driven, 2,034 meters. Miscellaneous structures, item 606.1B, right-of-way monuments, 38 each. Item 611.3, seedlings, samplings, 42 each. 612-1 reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, 46.85 square meters. Item 612-2 reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, 9 square meters. And item 62481B1 tapered solar lights, 8 each. These are the details of the items with lump sum. So the provision of the field office for the engineer includes a 20-footer container van with ECU furnished and maintained or equivalent 3 tables and 3 chairs. For the item A1 but 114, provision of laboratory testing equipment, apparatus, and publications for the engineer. High-end digital rebound hammer. Item B.3, permits and clearances. Relevant permits and clearances. Item 6248B1, tapered solar LED roadway lighting. So these are the materials included: lighting fixtures and specifications, 100 watts integrated solar street lights, 330 LED lamp, LED. And it also includes an 8-meter round tapered pole. For the traffic management item, we have a signage of roadwork ahead for each, and roadwork for each, workmen ahead for each, speed restrictions for each, and speed restrictions for each, prepared to stop for temporary hazard marker 1, temporary bollards 19, road machinery ahead 4, safety shoes, safety helmet and vest, and dust mask. For the craneway, I will just flash the details of the craneway and the shoring cribbing. The details are indicated in the plans, which will be included in the bid bulletin. For the minimum equipment requirement, air compressor 2 own, applicator machine 1 own, backhoe 1 lease, backhoe wheel mounted with breaker 5 own. Bid bulletin ni siya, subject for bid bulletin. Bar bender 1 own, bar cutter 1 own, bar cutter single phase 4 own, boom truck 1 lease, bulldozer 1 lease, cargo truck 2 own, cargo delivery truck 2 own, chainsaw 1 own, concrete batch plant 2 lease, concrete saw own, concrete spreader 1 own, concrete vibrator 1 own, concrete vibrator flexible shaft 5 own, crawler crane 1 lease, crawler crane with bucket 3 lease, crawler crane 51 to 60 metric tons capacity 1 lease, cutting outfit 3 own, diesel hammer 2 lease, drop hammer 2 lease, dolly 1 own, dump truck. Bid bulletin ni again, dili ni siya 7 own, generator set 1 own, grading machine accessories 1 own, jackhammer 3 own, kneading machine 1 own, lighting system tower lights 1 own, motorized road trailer 2 lease, 1 burgomaster 2 own, payloader. Again, bid bulletin, dili ni siya 7 own, plate compactor 3, dili ni siya own, pump crate 1 lease, service truck, cargo truck 2 lease, transit mixer 2 lease, truck mounted crane 31 to 35 metric ton capacity 2 lease, truck mounted crane for stockpiling. This is not 6 and this is not owned. Truck mounted crane, nabalik siya. Vibratory roller 2 lease, vibratory vibro hammer 4 lease, water pump 1 owned, to siya. Welding truck pump 4, dili ni siya owned. 4 owned as advertised, but this is subject for bid bulletin. Wood steel ladder 1 owned, minor tools 1 owned, and material testing apparatus 1 owned. So I will also discuss the traffic management scheme for this project. We have proposed that the road leading to the said bridge will be temporarily closed. Only pedestrians or light vehicles will be allowed to pass this area. We have already acquired permission from the Road and Traffic Administration that we will reroute the passage of this kanang from this bridge dito sa Opol Kanituan bypass road. So that is the end of presentation. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, Engineer Rocky Mortis. So do you have any clarifications or questions regarding the discussions of the details of the project? There is none. How about from our online viewers? So again, reminder, this subject is this project is subject for improvement. So now let's proceed for our last project. We discussed for this afternoon. 26-0088, construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. The coordinates of 124.6055 degrees and 8.49596 degrees. With a full budget for the contract of 14,829,973 pesos and 80 centavos. So the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Mabel Castillo. So you may now proceed, Engineer Mabel.
So again, good afternoon, everyone. I'll be representing the project name Construction of Multipurpose Building in Barangay Ipunan, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, with a coordination of 124.60554, 8.49596 coordinates, with a contract ID of 26KH00888. So the approved budget contract for this project is 14,699,969.90 centavo with a calendar days of 220 and major categories of BICWO PLC, which is buildings construction without piles, low-rise concrete frame, and for the similar project categories, BICWO PHC, which is buildings construction without piles, high-rise concrete frame. So for the location for this project is near Ipunan Plaza, which is on the red box where the construction to be constructed. And these are the site photos. So as you can see, we have existing structures such as mainly the covered court, which is to be removed and demolished. And it also has fences, but the fence that to be removed is only at the front and on the right side. So this is the perspective of the building. So we have a 3-story building with a half-exposed building on the ground in the first and second floor. So as you can see, we have elevator, but it's only for provision and a ramp. And this is the site development plan. So for the architectural plan, we have the ground floor plan. So we have parking areas and for the heavy equipments, trucks or any vehicles, and a ramp and 2 concrete stairs on both sides. And we have the office space and toilets, and also with PW toilet. And we also have bench plant box. So on the second floor, we also have an office space and toilets, also with PW toilets, and a mini lobby porch on the right side. And for the third floor, we have the multi-purpose hall is good for an evacuation area. And we also have toilets and a pantry and PW toilets as well. And also a lobby mini porch. So we have the reflected ceiling plan on the ground floor plan. So mostly inside of the building, we have acoustical ceiling board. And for the second floor plan and third floor plan. So for roof level 1 plan, so we're using a dual slope roof. And also for the roof level 2 plan, which is mostly the main roof, is also a dual slope. So for elevations, we have the front, the rear, the left side, and the right side view elevation. So for the sections, we have the longitudinal, the cross section. Also, we have schedule of doors. So mostly of our doors are combined with a fixed windows. And also we have windows, sliding windows. Sliding windows combined also with fixed windows. And we also have awning windows. We also have lower blocks. So we have the ramp details. So as noted, the slope gradient is at 1 and 15 meters as per the amended IRR of BP 344. So the sections and the details. Also for the stair detail 1, this is at the right side. And the stair detail 2 at the left side. And details. And the railing details. So we also have carpentry, which is for the cabinet detail for the pantry. And more details for our ceiling. And for the compliance of our BP 344 for the typical PWD toilet detail. And now for the foundation plan. Wall footing plan with the detail of wall footing. The roof framing level 1 plan. And the roof framing level 2 plan. So this is the schedules for our column, footing, and our beams. We also have detail for our cistern tank. And for our septic vault as well. Now for our electrical plan, we have the ground floor lighting layout plan. And for the second floor lighting layout plan. And the third floor lighting layout plan. We also have for the power layout plan at the ground floor, second floor, and third floor. And we also have CCTV layout plan at the ground floor, second floor, and third floor as well. And water line layout, this is for plumbing plan. This is the water line layout for the ground floor plan. For the second floor plan. And the third floor plan. And for the sewer and the vent layout, which is for the ground floor plan, the second floor plan, and our third floor plan. And for storm drainage layout, for the ground, second, and third floor plan. So these are our summary of quantities. So Part B, B31, permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. B51, project billboard signboard, 2 each. B71, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B91, mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum. For Part C, earthworks, 801-1, removal of structure and obstruction, 1 lump sum. 803-1A, structure excavation common soil, 878.43 cubic meter. 803-A4, individual removal of trees, to be explained later, which is 2 each. 804-1A, embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil, 30.14 cubic meter. 804-7, gravel fill, 42.13 cubic meter. Part D, reinforced concrete, 901C, structural concrete, 165.61 cubic meter. 902C, structural concrete class B, 28 days, 9.50 cubic meter. 902-1A1, reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, 10,687.97 kilograms. 903-2, formworks and false works, 747.25 square meter. Part E, finishing and other civil works, 1,019, storm drainage and downspout, 1 lump sum. 1,110, pipes with fittings, connection, 1 lump sum. 1,024, plumbing fixtures, 1 lump sum. 1,218, stainless steel grab bar, 40 mm diameter, 22.55 linear meter. And 1,220, facial mirror, 0.54 square meter. 1,224, cold water, 1 lump sum. 1,003-1A1, ceiling metal, 529.50 square meter. 1,317, carpentry and joinery works, 1 lump sum. 1,042, finishing hardware, 1 lump sum. And regarding for the steel window up to the Jello Plus window, it's not involved, so I will adjust that for bid bulletin. So 1,010 2A, doors flush, 49.89 square meter. 1,010 2B, wooden door, wood panel, 22.70 square meter. 1,012-8, glass and glazing, 21.60 square meter. 1,016 1B, waterproofing liquid, 331.03 square meter. 1,018 2 unglazed tiles, 535.74 square meter. 1,018 5 glazed tiles, 252.84 square meter. 1,027 1 cement plaster finish, 1,589.86 square meter. 1,032 1A, painting works, masonry concrete, 3,423.39 square meter. 1,032 1B, painting works wood, 764.06 square meter. 1,032 1C, painting works steel, 547.81 square meter. 1,046 2A1, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforced steel, 100 mm thick, 349.68 square meter. 1,046 2A2, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 150 mm thick, 418.08 square meter. 1,047 4A, metal structure accessories, bolts and rods, 8 each. 1,047 5D, metal structure accessories, steel plates, 23.63 kilograms. 1,047 7, structural steel, 1 lump sum. 1,047 8A, structural steel trusses, 2,541.53 kilograms. 1,501 8, railing, 1 lump sum. Part F, electrical, is 1,110 for conduits, boxes, and fittings, which is 1 lump sum. 1,101, 33 wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. 1,102 1, panel board with main and branch breakers, 1 lump sum. 1,103 1, lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. 1,106 1, CCTV system, 1 lump sum. And for Part G, mechanical, we have 1,201, ventilating equipment, 1 lump sum. 1,201 1, water pumping system, 1 lump sum. 1,202 4A, fire hose valve, 1 set.
1,202 5 fire hose cabinet 3 set, 1,202 6A 1 fire extinguisher 9 set, and 1,208 1 fire alarm system 1 lump sum. So these quantities are still subject for changes and for bid bulletin. So we have, of course, our safety warning signs. And for the lump sum for our quantities, especially the other general requirements, is included with building permit, all professionals, and for our Bureau of Fire. And for the carpentry, and this for the individual removal of trees, we considered 2 because ang basin manggod nga ang kahoy is mas dulot ang roots niya basin makuha niya ang footing sa actual. So we considered 2. So for the storm drainage and downspout, pipes with fittings connection. And for the water line, plumbing fixtures, stainless steel grab and facial mirror, cold water line. And for the lump sum for our electrical, we have the conduit boxes, wires and wiring devices, the panel boards, lighting fixtures and lamps, and for our CCTV system. For the ventilating equipment, air conditioning system, fire hose cabinet assembly, fire extinguisher, fire department connections, fire alarm system. And for our MER or minimum equipment requirement, we have the backhoe, 1 unit leased, concrete vibrator, 2 unit owned, dump truck, 1 unit leased, 1 bagger mixer, 1 unit owned, plate compactor, 1 unit owned, grinding machine, 1 unit owned, bar cutter, 1 unit owned, bar bender, 1 unit owned, welding machine, 1 unit owned, material testing, 1 unit owned, miners tools, 1 unit owned, and chainsaw, 1 unit leased. So that is for this project, and these are still subjected for bid bulletin. Thank you. So any questions and clarifications?
Emil, can you go back to the first slide? I would like to make a correction.
Yes, sir.
The second next. Okay, so I would like to make a correction regarding about the EDC. So the EDC of this project is 40,849,973 pesos at 80 centavos.
Okay, sir, noted.
So do we have any other clarifications? Or yes.
Baikingon ba ang ipunan siya rin? Site? Nag-soil testing sila bago lang, ma'am. Yes, nag-soil testing na sila bago lang. So, waiting na lang ta sa result.
Pero based sa kuan, ma'am, kanang based dito kung wala lang yoy pagyo wala man siya
Wala.
Hindi man siya flooded area dito. Pero kanang kung kaipunan man po, ma'am. So kung magkalot ka ganun sa foundation, dito sa mga area, doon naman dito sa sentro, naagay ka tubig ang foundation, which is same sa balay dun sa akong father, mga po, the water siguro be so, the watery, lagi na. With bulletin na lang, consider ang for the watering.
Okay, ma'am. Noted.
Yung area sa floor area, please.
Twenty-six by 13, ma'am. Yes po.
We have any other very. Okay na. Okay, sir.
Good afternoon, each and everyone. I would like to introduce myself being NACAP representative. Person. By the way, I would like also to take advantage to congratulate the newly reconstituted Bids and Awards Committee, this office, headed by Chairperson. Who is the chairperson? Okay, Banahan. Thank you. And by the way, I'm a former official Department of Public Works and Highways. I'm the Assistant Regional Director here. Then sa Zamboanga, then in Manila. I have been a district engineer for 20 years. My first assignment was in DEO City. And I was twice district engineer in Bukidnon, naghanak tayo. That's why I was also the assistant regional director of Region 9. Director during the Marawi seats, I was the director in charge for the rehabilitation. Then I opted to retire at the age of 64. Ay kapuyan ako sa Panarbao sa that's all na lang. Okay. The duly reconstituted member of the Bids and Awards Committee, congratulations. Ayaw inyong presentation. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much, sir. Sige, sir.
Clarification lang, ma'am. Naka-indicate man ko dito sa inyo ang plano sa scope of work na apoy FDAS, Fire Detection Alarm System.
Yes, regarding sir, is kanang ongoing pamanggod ang uban details and design for finalizing. So amo na lang na siyang i-post for bid bulletin. And especially sa naay mga wala pa sa drawings, amo na lang i-adjust ito.
Pero appeal ba siya sa
Ano sa imong inquiries regarding FDAS, sir?
appeal ba siya, sir, sa kanina budget ang FDAS and fire protection if ever?
Sa atong answer, sa ato ang requirement for OBO is included na to ang plans. Pero regarding sa implementation, it comes up to the budget. Pero requirement yabon siya sa sa plans then sa Bureau of Fire, OBO. So if possible, sir, if may incorporate siya sa to ang budget, pwede na to sa ma-include po.
So, dili pa siya sure, sir, kung appeal siya sa budget. Yun.
Yes, sir. Ito siyang nalang tayo minimum requirement which is the fire extinguisher. Then carry pa ang ito ang mga dry pipe system.
Dry pipe man.
Then ang ito ang mga wet pipe system is incorporated lang sa with regards to OPO and Bureau of Fire.
Then sa plumbing po, sir, nga site, naaman to'y downspout pero wala ko kapansin o catch basin. Appeal ba siya, ma'am? Ang catch basin?
Ay, actually, naay ni siya catch basin, wala na ko na-appeal, sir, ang design.
Pero ang drainage pipes, ma'am, nga pagawas padulong sa kanal, included ba siya?
Yes, to be included po siya.
Then ang sa kuan ma'am sa plumbing katong pumping system na detailed na po ang pump ani wala man gud siya naka-specify kung unsay size sa pipe sa pump.
Yes, sir, to be review pa na siya and finalize. Ako na siyang
Natin yung mga standard na design, sir, na basic na to pang example, mga residential, commercial, yun. Ito lang, minimum requirement. Kay if ever ang ito ang system is needed siya for pump para madulong siya sa ito ang reservoir or sa ito ang water tank, solid na to ang pumps.
Sa akong nakita ko good sir, murag walay water tank and as a master plumber myself, murag diskumpiyado ko sa sa pipe size nga PPR nato nga 1 inch tungod sa kadaghan sa CR.
Mostly ang ito ang entrada na ito nga pipes is nata sa 15 mm.
Yes sir, pero natingala ko sa kaganina murag 32 lang nang gulang akong nakita. So mo to akong i-clarify.
Ato lang sa sir, i-adjust lang ito if ever ma-detail yun siya. Kaya naman po tayo mga master plumber sa ito ang office. Then ang ito ang architect po is also a master plumber.
Ako na lang i-review, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. You.
Considerations kaning kilogram sa atong confirmation atong sa kabilya. Sa kabilya lang.
Based sa kuan ma'am sa CMPD, which is ang regarding sa mga reinforcing bars, isang amo ang basis is Davao ang kuan din mag-add na din mag-hauling to Cagayan de Oro City. Mana siya ang posting na mo. Pero
So sa Davao ang
canvas. Davao ang canvas sa CMPD based sa regional na kuan ang approved CMPD. At then
para tulugan ang Davao City man ang supply nato sa market.
kuan mao-okay basis sa for the region 10. Dayon at dayon make holy for to Cagayan de Oro City. So kato bitaw murag sa CMPD nga nakita ning patong when kita tamang discuss murag pila to ka. Pila ni per kilo.
Consideration niyo per kilogram.
Or dayon.
Limit ko sa exo.
Na ma'am. For example, ma'am.
Amo to sa among kuan.
Like 40. Mga din big holy. Ila ka kilometers from Davao to Cagayan de Oro City.
Per kilogram
Pero sa well,
consideration niyo sa per kilogram sa inyong pag-estimate. Davao man niya kami diniman di sa local Cagayan de Oro nga price.
Ang katong giyad nila mga giyad nila nga kuan man which is more to para sa fuel so sa imong sa imong hawgin. Katong tutungan sila ang price.
Tapos, I don't know yung CMBD mo based po sa mga reset, mga buhay reset, advances, wala po I don't know, sa experience for wala yung hindi sila available na import to o ay ang kailangan nila sila no white gali ang
Ang balik ko 40. HP lang mo
wala.
medyo nili
sa business may factor. Sa board ilan na solutions for other cities to mga sila provide na itong time na kami can passport kay ako nga rin wait po tungkol sa
Yes,
Wala
pasad na.
siguro sa ako sa community, wala sila na basihan na taas na jurisdiction. So, mas mura po na ang magbabalit, pero Davao, ito na lang.
Also na ako isa ka concern kay since ang akong fuel karon nataaso ang inyong pag-estimate po ana nagbase maging na sa pagtaas sa fuel. So muna ko gusto mo pala pila inyong kilogram ito ba mo nakabase lang taas eh. Since pag implement karon naka-heard man tamo sirado na po ang so,
Kung ano lang na,
pag-implement na to ani
as of 1 month is ang CMPT is like quarterly. Kuhan sa kuhan. So if ever na makapunta na punta o kuhan, na na po yung crisis ng kuhan. So during implementation, so dito na punta mag-discuss. Kaya as of now, mga is among basis sa mga CMPT is current quarter.
Second quarter
so bini na-atay price condition natin.
Kani siya nga costing ma'am based dito pag manisa separate po tong accelerate mga lahi po na siya sa CMPD materials naman na siya. Lahi po tong sa equipment which is dry unit weight ang gamit. So kanang ang dry unit weight magamit na siya kung nag-above 90 per liter. So katong kaninga time is na kuan man ni katong matong gira nga o pa niya mong gigamit. So kung karon nimo i-base medyo ni barato naman siya kay karon ang fuel pero mao lagi wala gyapon minibalik atong katong old kay fluctuating pa man. So gamit gyapon mi og dry unit weight. So kana siya dry unit weight nag-add pa dayon mi og katong kanang per kuan man na sa equipment may sa asel kung pila ka fuel ang iyang operating na ang iyang sa iyang. So separate ang sa accelerate sa fuel o sa kilogram sa mga materials sa ilang mga with holding ang mga materials.
More on pantayonon kayo atong kabilya o atong mga itong mga developing. Karon lagi sa pag-implement probably taas ang kuan karon ba kay na may news na ano na sa sirado na po ang dalan sa Murang mga talang ko if ever na ba yung price escalation.
So, okay, so is there any clarification? Okay, so how about from our online viewers? There's none. So with that, that's all for the discussions of the project details. So now may I call the members of our public secretariat to discuss our procurement requirements, the date of opening of bids and other matters. So I call Engineer Sherland to discuss.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vice Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. I will be discussing the procurement requirements and procedures for these infrastructure projects. So here we have the civil works projects with their corresponding contract IDs and the approved budget for the contract. So for the agenda, we'll be discuss the project details and basic contract data. Then next, the brief orientation for the minimum requirements that must be complied with by the bidder and the common reasons for the non-compliant bids. So for the procurement schedule, the buying of tender documents is until June 30, 2026 at 9:30 a.m. only. The deadline for the submission of bids will be on June 30, 2026 until 10 a.m. and the opening of bids will follow right after the deadline or the dropping of bids. So the bid submission may be done manually or electronically. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. So here we have the manual submission, in which we have the two envelope system. The first envelope will contain the technical documents and the second envelope will contain the financial documents. And they have the original copy, the copy 1, and the copy 2. For the electronic submission, the details are stated in the bid data sheet in accordance with DEO 87 Series 2020. Bid proposals may be submitted through an authorized representative together with an original notarized special power of attorney for sole proprietorship or board, partnership, joint venture resolution with secretary certificate for corporations, partnership, joint venture or cooperative, which is contract specific, and presentation of a company ID or any government-issued ID to ensure the representative is an official member and to prevent fraudulent actions such as unauthorized use of another contractors for eligibility for personal gain. So first, the bidder must, for the first envelope, the bidder must provide a valid and updated PhilGIPS registration certificate in platinum membership, all pages. And failure of the bidder to update the PhilGIPS certificate of registration shall result in an automatic suspension of the bidder's certificate. Next, the bidder must provide the statement of all of its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Please take note that failure to disclose the required information or providing incomplete or false details may result in disqualification from the bidding process. Next, the bidder must provide the single largest completed contract or the SLCC. Next is the PCAB license or the special PCAB for joint venture. Next is the bid security. We have 4 forms of bid security. The bidder will only choose one form to be submitted. Here we have the cashier's check, the bank guarantee, the surety bond, and the bid securing declaration with their corresponding amount of bid security. Next, we have the bid securing declaration in their standard form. Next, the bidder must provide an organizational chart for the contract to be bid, the list of key personnel, and the list of contractors, major equipment, major construction, and laboratory equipment, which are owned, leased, or under purchase agreement. And for projects with an ABC with more than 30 million, we have an additional requirement, which is the ISO 9001:2015 certification for medium A contractors for projects with an approved budget for the contract as displayed. Next, this is the standard form for the key personnel. Standard form for the major equipment units. Next, we have the original and duly omnibus sworn statement, and duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and the net financial contracting capacity, and if applicable, a joint venture agreement. And this is the standard form for the omnibus sworn statement. And for the additional requirement, the general information sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Security and Exchange Commission for Corporations. Next, for the second envelope, we have the financial requirement. The bidder must provide an original and duly signed accomplished financial bid form, bill of quantities, the detailed estimates, and the cash flow by quarter. So these are the standard form for the bid form. The bill of quantities, the detailed estimates, and the cash flow by quarter. So common grounds for the non-compliant bid, we have the observations from the previous procurement activities. We have the missing or incomplete required documents, unsigned or improperly signed forms, incorrect or inconsistent computations in the bill of quantities or financial proposal, expired or invalid licenses and permits, non-compliance with the specified technical requirements, and failure to use prescribed forms. So next, we have the preventive measures and recommendations, which are carefully checking the validity of the document, ensuring all forms are signed by the authorized signatory, using the exact forms provided in the bidding documents, and verifying computations before submission, organizing documents according to the prescribed sequence, and asking clarification from the back secretariat within the allowable period. So that is all, Mr. Vice Chair. Back to everyone.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Sheila. So, do we have any clarifications or questions regarding the discussion of the procurement department? So, sir.
Regarding lang sir sa bid bulletin, expected sir kano sa ba mo gawas ang mga bid bulletins?
The amendments of the bidding documents will be posted, rest assured it will be posted 7 days before the opening. So 23 more or less.
13.
23 ang posting. That's it's 30 ang opening ko. Pinaka last day na kinasir.
Is there any clarifications? How about from our other members? So again, I would like to remind our prospective bidders that we advise you to declare all of your ongoing projects and awarded projects but not yet started to include in your declaration. It's because it's part of the computation of our net financial contracting capacity. If failure to disclose all of your projects or are awarded but not instructed is subject for disqualification. So since there's no any other clarifications. So before I conclude this pre-bidding conference, I would like to thank you everyone, members of the Bids and Award Committee, our technical working group, Bank Secretariat, our observers, prospective bidders, sponsors. Thank you for coming and for your participation, and to our programmers who present, thank you so much. And with that, our pre-bidding conference for this afternoon are officially adjourned. Thank you everyone, and have a good day.
Thank you. Wonderful, Mark.